You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on.
Thank you for joining me. Your host is Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo, and you are watching Divine Encounters. Woohoo! It is Wednesday night, so you know what that means. We have supernatural story time. And today is going to be not a disappointment, but an experience, remembering that we are here to play full out, bringing you a 1-hour retreat in your home. So we're going to be able to clear your energy. We are going to play. Well, actually, we're going to ask a question that's going to be rather hard to answer, but you're going to learn a little bit about yourself today. We're going to have a theme of the day. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to close with a wonderful, positive, inspiring reading to carry you on through the rest of the week. And the man of the hour, of course, is going to be here, and he's going to talk about his supernatural story time. And it's going to be all about my pantheon. I'm so excited. We're going to talk about Aphrodite today. And it's very fitting. Hi, Robert, because she is the goddess of love and of grace. And we're going into that, the commercial Valentine's season, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll still honor it as the time of love. All right. So let's bring our guests on. And before we jump on, as a matter of fact, make sure that you are liking and subscribing this feed, because we're bringing positive content to you every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And if you want to grow and enhance yourself and learn with me further, feel free to go to my group, meetup.com, Awakened Philadelphia. It is a free group, and we do, well, right now, we're doing Zoom meetings and Zoom meditations. And just really quickly, tomorrow night, I am hosting a Zoom mediumship reading to connect you with your crossover loved ones. And I have 2 slots left for tomorrow night. So if you need to hear a message from Spirit, make sure you join that group. It's a very small, intimate group that I host once in a while. So make sure you message me after this or email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com if you want to attend, or just go right to the group. It's right there. RSVP, and I'll know you want to come. All right, fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure that while you're playing all out, recognizing that this is an energetic shift, this feed. You might come in great today, but you're going to leave greater. So have your high-quality H2O, because electricity moves best through water, and it's going to assist you in raising your vibe and your state. So let's bring the man of the hour on. Yeah. Where are you at? Oh, you're so far. Oh, wait. I think he's right there. Come on over here, you.
Hey.
Thank you for being here, Aywah. I'm so happy to have you. My new brother, my new tribe brother. I'm super excited. Just a little backstory. For about the last year, I was told someone was coming for around my birthday, which is next week. And then we connected yesterday, and you said some things to me, and I was just like, oh, I think it's this person I've been told about like for a year.
So honored.
So I'm happy that Spirit is connecting us in this most divine way. Let people know at home a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah. First off, thank you so much for creating this space and for believing in me and inviting me here to speak on this awesome show. Today, I go by the name Aywah. It has 2 meanings for me. The first, in Arabic, it means to inspire, to motivate. So if you ever see somebody doing a good job, you can tell them Aywah, and it's a way to bring inspiration and motivation to what they're doing. And the second meaning, actually, I refined it with your inspiration yesterday. And Aywah is the spirit of the unified field life force energy that connects all of creation.
Mm.
So, after studying so many different religions and beliefs, and, I love them all, it's like, what's at the core? And for me, that's where I've arrived at Aywah. A
And
little
that's
bit about,
powerful.
yeah, thank you. The best way I can break down who I am and what I do is in a trinity. At the top is what I call regenerative community design, and that reflects permaculture, natural building, community building, intentional community, all that awesome stuff. And then the two foundations that kind of hold that peak up are conscious content creation, so supporting people like yourself, creating content, and artists, healers, whatever that looks like. And then medicine work or healing work, and that's looked like sweat lodges, men's circles and groups, all kinds of different modalities, whether that's supporting and holding space for work of other facilitators or facilitating myself.
I love this. I don't know what else to say besides I love this. And Cooper is joining. Come here, Cooper. Cooper is joining the conversation today. He was a bad boy in last Wednesday's episode when he decided to start eating the garbage while we were mid-air.
No.
Say hi to everybody. Tell them how good you were all week.
Hey, buddy.
Fantastic. All right. We have Lori Gianetta saying it's her birthday next week. Lori Gianetta, happy birthday, Aquarius. I know that's right. And then we have also in the audience, Miss Rochelle. How are you doing today, Rochelle? I hope you are super fantastic and well, and that the universe has given you plenty of blessings. And I actually mentioned your name today. I know we haven't talked in a long time, but I want to hook you up with somebody who's working on a segment for women sex trafficking. So please hit me up for that. And I want to put you on a show just for that topic. And I know you're the gal to call for that. All right. Thank you for my birthday wishes. And Robert says, hi, Aywah. So that's fantastic. Hi, Robert. Thank you for being here. You guys know I like to start every single episode with the theme of the day. And today's going to be no different. We're going to go into the good news, which we're going to see what it is. Actually, and I feel like this is really in alignment, mega alignment for this theme of the day. And I don't know for you, Aywah, if it might be or if it might not be, but it is for me. So you let me know what you think about this after, okay? Find whatever message you feel like is coming through for that. You let me know. And in the audience at home, please listen and find what is highlighted for you. What is the message in this for you? So to that I say, what's good? All right, we have the Justice card here in suit. And the key words to the Justice card are truth, integrity, fair compensation, the law, cause and effect, being responsible for your choices and your actions, balance, equity, karma, ethics, consequences, and retribution. And here is the prompt for today. It states, karmic alterations. And all the things race through her mind as she approaches the gateway of justice. Even though the destination is the same, the way she arrives has great bearing on her experience of the journey. Have I done the right thing? Do I feel proud of my actions? Have I been honest and fair? Do I walk with integrity? Have I acted in alignment with my heart and with my values? Her benevolent intentions have seeded her path with positive experiences and added ease. With a clear heart, she takes full responsibility for her actions. And with the law of cause and effect, her reality has been fashioned in kind. In the beginning, there is choice. In the middle, there is justice, law, karma, and in the end, we meet our own hearts with great clarity. The poem for today is, all that's left are choices, and yet all I do is sway when right and wrong are voices. then the caused effect I pay. Inconsequential deviation, and from black and white I stray, when my passions clearly pushes back and walks me toward the gray. All right, let me know what is highlighted for you in that message today. Lady Justice here. And of course, make sure you're claiming your angel blessings. Right here, we have Angel Celestina blessing the collective with support, claiming your angel blessings because the angels always want to work with you and through you, but they respect your free will. All right, Aywah, what are you feeling about today's message?
Ooh, don't know where to begin. I was getting goosebumps during that entire reading and share. It resonates very powerfully with me. I'm quite at the precipice of my own, I would say, stepping into the light, stepping back into my power. Had a pretty rough 2 years, like probably most of our viewers and people around the world. Just Angel Celestina, I've been calling her for quite some time, and I do believe that support is coming through, and coming through with just like in the most present way with this show, and in so many other beautiful ways here in Austin, where I'm based at the moment. I think all of us need support, and that really resonates. And then justice for me, a real big part of my work, both in my personal relationships and kind of community space, is healing this rift between the masculine and the feminine. And bringing justice to both ends of the spectrum, because from my personal experiences, I'm kind of the masculine embodiment on the raw end of the deal, and then I also hold compassion for a lot of the feminine embodied people that are suffering the same consequences of an unjust and corrupt system, whether that be family law or just the justice system in general. So huge that we rethink and reevaluate how we operate our justice, and maybe bring that more into sacred men and women's circles and sacred union circles, where we can really talk things out and identify trauma and triggers, and work together in a healthy, holistic, and even, I would say, tribal way.
Sure.
It definitely sounds a lot easier on the pocket,
Yeah, easier said than done energy for sure. I definitely gather that as well. And I appreciate your thoughts. And that's beautiful. Really, thank you for sharing that so very much. We have Lori Gianetta, who says, walking towards the truth and not being a fake person or soul. And then being completely honest with myself is her other one. So thank you, Lori Gianetta, for sharing that with us. And Angel Celestina, since I do spiritual coaching and Reiki master, IET master teacher as well, we work with Angel Celestina a lot. And typically people don't know of her. So I thought it was interesting that Angel Celestina is someone that you were working with. And for those of you at home who don't know who Angel Celestina is, she is the angel whose healing gift is creative expression, and she helps you clear swallowing self-expression right there in that shame pocket. So if you need assistance bringing your creative experience through into the physical, call on Angel Celestina. And as I said that, I just felt her come in. So I take it. I take it. Wow. All right. So we're going to, now with that being said, we already know what Angel's going to be working with us for this mindfulness moment. We're going to go ahead and clear the audience and elevate the vibe before we get into your story, so that we're all nice, ready, and attentive, and nice and squeaky clean for the experience. Okay. So for everybody at home, and for Aywah included, where are you at energetically from 1 to 10? 1 being, this is the least amount of energy I can hold. 10 being, this is the most amount of energy I can hold. Take a moment, reflect, and put it in the comment section below now. Oof, I got a lot of Angel Celestina energy. I can't even speak happening over here. Aywah, where are you at energetically from 1 to 10? Because I'm blind by brightness right now.
I would say between a 7 and an 8.
All right, I'll take it. For myself, I'm going to say a 33. That's That's where I'm at. Robert says he is at a 6. Rochelle Hall, she is at a 4. Lori Giannetta says, when I walked in the group, a 4, and the last minute, a 8. All right, so you're already shifting, Lori Giannetta. And I really do think that's because Angel Celestina has come into our fields for sure. All right, so we're going to go ahead and ring the bell. And as you hear the bell ringing, make sure that you are just centering yourself, making your feet flat, palms face up on your lap. If you're laying at home, just make sure you're not like this, like all stuck in your chest or like curled over in like the fetal. Just stay nice and straight and long. All right, so here we go. Nice breath in to center ourselves. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and we're going to breathe in that justice energy today. We're going to breathe in that fairness, that peace, that understanding, that karmic imprint, and we're just going to breathe in this equality and balance. And on the exhale, we're going to release what no longer serves us, what doesn't serve our story, our body, our senses, and just let that go. On that next inhale, make sure you're very mindful, following it, coming through the nostrils, behind the throat, down into the lungs, and have a full belly expansion, nice deep, full breath, nice slow exhale, releasing any tension that's in the body and just honoring it for just a moment here. Bringing our full attention to the here and now. We don't need a story. It doesn't need a label. We're just noticing. Just notice and lovingly let it go. Final breath in. Let it out. Bringing the left and the right palm to touch one another in front of our heart space. And we bow to our practice. Namaste. And gently open your eyes, coming back to the here and now and feeling like a human being again. And if you need a little grounding, if you're feeling blissed out, which could feel like a drunkenness a little bit or highness a little bit, just go ahead, take your hands, cross them, and then place them opposite hand on opposite knee, and just gently press down onto your knees until you feel like you're back in your body and the room stops spinning. Totally normal for that to be an effect after this kind of session, I guess, little 1-minute session. And then let me know in the comment section below now, where are you at? And what did you feel? Did you feel hot, cold, tingling, pressure, discomfort, any temperature changes, any memories come up, any emotions come up? Let me know in the comment section below where you're at. How about you, my friend? Where are you at energetically now?
Yep, getting closer to 9 and 10 for sure.
I'll take it. I'm getting closer to 39,000 now. So yeah, if that comes on the radar, I'm not too sure. Lori Giannetta says, when I walked in, I'm at a high 9. That's where, all right, good job, Lori Giannetta. And this is just to notice that it takes only 1 minute for us to recenter ourselves, regardless of what's happening in life. 1 minute to just come back to center, back to home, and then trust that if we do this enough, that calibration becomes memory. So when we need a quick shift, there it is. We don't have to reach for anything. We don't have to reach for smoking or eating or anything that doesn't serve us. We're just reaching for us deep within ourselves. And we have Rochelle Hall. She's up to a 6. So she went up 2 points, tingling, feeling, and chilly. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So we're going to get now into the supernatural story time. You guys know it's that time now. So we're going to let Aywah take it from here. So stay tuned. Get the kitties, get the husband, bring everybody around, because we're about to get into something that may be what you thought was impossible and make it possible. It is yours, is your place, friend. All you.
Oh, I love the thunder intro. That really got me going. So my story trails back to 2016. I had traveled to Portugal to a village called Idana Nova. It's about an hour and a half northeast of Lisbon. And there I was joining a conscious festival gathering called Boom Festival. And this was my first time in an international festival, 30,000 plus people. Very exciting for me. About 2-3 days into the festival, I remember I was on the dance floor at night, and all I can remember is this dark entity approaching and with two fingers touching me on the heart. And
Why do you think, because I know we did talk about the story a little bit, why do you think that dark entity came? What do you think was it that it manifested in this way? And did it have a form?
Yeah, so for the first question, it's funny because, upon landing in Boom, like kind of the download and the vibe I was getting is like, Randy, okay, you're here. There's a lot of beautiful people. It doesn't mean that you bring your shields down. It doesn't mean that you don't stay conscious and cautious. Because just as there's a bunch of good people here, there's just a lot of other people that are here to, kind of, be a vampiric aura rather than a giving and a light aura. So that was kind of what was coming through beforehand. And, I reaffirmed my shields and everything, except just at that time, I felt like that, I feel like that's the lesson. Whenever a dark entity or a disease or a sickness even, comes through our bodies, it's really just a reflection of either us being reminded of a lesson or like strengthening a certain part of our body or strengthening a certain part of our mind. And so that kind of is what rung true. And of course, this understanding came later during the recovery and the process of recovery, to not regret that, oh, why did I get attacked like this? But to just embrace that and say, no, I did get attacked. And this is what I learned. And this is how I grew stronger from that experience. And I feel that's at the root of all these beautiful coincidences and experiences is like, how can we take our little personal precious miracles and really turn them, into gold, into a foundation for our growth and development.
There's a lot of people who are afraid of coming into this lifestyle or this healing path because they think that, oh no, I'm going to be attacked by something. And now you're here, kind of like reaffirming.
Bring it on. Let's do it.
So what would you say to someone who is fear of taking steps because they're afraid something might attack them?
Well, for me, obviously the fear emotion is relevant and omnipresent. The thing is the moment we trigger fear, fight or flight, or the amygdala, right? Our stress receptors are triggered. Our whole body goes into kind of lockdown, shutdown mode. So what I would suggest is, not even suggest, what I do for myself really is do my best to welcome and love both the light and the dark, right? So whether that be light and darkness within myself or my past lives, or we're all interconnected in one way or another. So really embracing that and remembering that the darkness has teachings too. So if we can drop our fear just enough to absorb that lesson and process however works best for us, like the story I'm going to be sharing, it was a long process. It was like 4 or 5 weeks of recovery, and some people go through months of recovery. So,
or even years,
precisely, or lifetimes. So, it's really not worrying about time and just putting our heart and soul into the work that we're being presented now, whether that be in the light or in the dark.
Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm. To touch real quick on the second question, all that I remember seeing is just, because obviously there was a bunch of lights and stuff coming from the stage. So it was literally just a humanoid figure, black figure coming through. I didn't see any color. I didn't see eyes. I saw nothing. I just saw like a black void, and I mean, to reflect back onto my reality, that for me, it wasn't like, oh, this entity from afar came in. No, but this was a dark entity already inside of me saying, hey, if you don't check in and work with me, you know, you're going to get sick, you know, and it's not going to be fun. So, you know, that's another piece there to that first question. It's like, witness what comes through, whether it's light or dark, as it, you know, that reflection you're bringing into your external field and vision for a purpose. So kind of like taking ownership of that, I feel is critical.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. And to move along, I woke up.
He touched you. That's where we stopped at.
Right. At the heart. So at the time I kind of, you know, swiped it off my shoulder, really didn't think much, continued with the evening, made it back to camp and fell asleep. I woke up the next day though, and my entire body and system was completely collapsed. Sinus, coughing, every breath I would take, I'd feel this immense pain in the front and back of my heart space. And I mean, the best way I can describe it visually, it really felt like I was shot by an arrow, and like the arrow was still stuck in my heart. So it was a real struggle. I struggled out of my tent, made my way to some, you know, healers and the herbal space, and they were very supportive. I was getting support in all kinds of ways. I was able to reduce the symptoms. You know, there was still another 5-6 days left in the festival. But, you know, I didn't make a full recovery. Then I traveled back to my fatherland, Lebanon. My fatherland is in Lebanon, Phoenicia, and then my motherland is here in the US. My mom's American. So I got back to Lebanon, and there I was hosting and organizing a conscious festival and event called Hexaplex. So the symptoms actually continued into those preparation week and festival, and I found myself, you know, drinking thyme and you know, taking tinctures, all kinds of stuff, and I managed to. The pain was still very much there, you know. I managed to keep the symptoms reduced, but my body was still tired. I was still frail, and it was difficult because I was holding space for so many people and for the festival itself. So, you know, it really stretched and tested my limits.
Yeah.
A message that comes through in this scenario is like, you know, even in our darkest days, even in our lowest lows, that's the beauty of the human spirit and body. I feel like we can still help. We can still do something, you know, and that reminder that is like, hey, I still have a purpose, you know, even if I'm sick and frail, and, you know, that doesn't stop me from doing what I got to do. So that comes through. And yeah, we finished the festival. It was a great success, and I was still sick. So my good friend Randa, she invited me to Cyprus for a permablitz on her friend Catherine's land. Permablitz, for those of you that don't know, is when you create an event on your land so people can come and support regenerative, sustainable projects on your land, or permaculture projects on your land. So we flew to Cyprus, and the first thing is we met up with Catherine and 2 other friends, beautiful women. I felt very held by the feminine. They were all quite, you know, older than me, and space holders in their own right. And they took me to, we were driving towards Limassol, and they took me to Paphos. And Paphos, we got out of the car. I was still quite frail and in pain. The women started walking down the beach, and I was directly aligned and pulled towards this massive rock on the beach, which is Romulus and Remus, as Greek mythology says, threw this rock there onto the beach. And that's where, in Greek mythology, they believe that the goddess of love, Aphrodite, was born.
So this, before you continue, this rock, It wasn't just a random rock. This is like a place. That's a historical place. This rock is a special rock.
Yeah. I mean, you look up Paphos, Cyprus. You look up Romulus and Remus's rock, or Aphrodite's rock, some people call it. And yeah, it's a phenomenon in itself. You know, it's just it's almost unbelievable how this massive boulder. You know, I mean, the nearest mountains are in Mount Olympus. You know, so. That's the saying. It took a giant to throw this rock and for it to land where it did on the coast in Paphos. So yeah, it's a all inspiring place, and I definitely would recommend anybody that's going through that area to visit, for sure.
So you get to the rock, and this very special rock obviously is going to have some kind of vibrational frequency or energy field. So when you got there, did you like feel it right away? Like, okay, wait, that's where I got to go to. Like, walk me through. You get to the rock, or you get to the space where the rock is at, and then what?
Yeah, to be totally honest, in 2016, that's years ago. So I wasn't, I would say, as connected to that unified field or, energy or my own energy in the way I am today. Although if I'm to reflect back on that moment, I would say that, yeah, like I was powerless. The Aphrodite was like, or that in that rock, whatever, that beautiful energy in that space was like, you're going nowhere, you're coming straight here. And so I did. And the first, what I remember really is coming close to the rock and then laying both of my palms on the rock and then resting my forehead. And yeah, all that I can remember is the moment that my forehead touched the rock, everything blacked out.
You just gave me an activation. It just, I just got electricity right through my whole body.
Yeah. So I don't remember much after that, except I remember opening my eyes and I was laying face down. It was like this white pebble stone beach. It was just stones everywhere. So I was laying down on these stones, and I see that the women are walking back in the distance. So they're walking back, and then I slowly get myself up. And once I kind of get back into my body, I take that first conscious breath, and I realize that there is no more pain in my heart or my back space. There's no more sinus. There's no more diarrhea. There's nothing. I feel completely and utterly healed and refreshed and rejuvenated. And I was just in awe. I was in shock. Like, the women approached me, and I couldn't say anything. I couldn't really do any. I mean, I can't. It's hard to even express in words.
Right. And I know you found a special token while you were in this place, and you got a message.
Yeah. So, feeling content and just in awe of what transpired, I started walking away with these beautiful women, and I felt called to just turn one last time and thank the rock and Aphrodite and whoever else was there and the energy that was there for what had transpired. And I hear a voice say, "Randy, there's no need for you to thank me. You are love. You embody love just like I do, and just like every other human being on this planet. All that I ask you to do is walk every step with intention and look and watch carefully every step that you take." And right then and there, that message called me to stop and look right between my legs. And as I do, and I look right between my legs, out of this massive expanse of nothing but pure white, gray, and gray rocks, I find this rock face up in this position, right between my feet. So yeah, I keep trying to keep the focus good for y'all.
There you go, right there.
Mm-hmm. So my interpretation of this rock, I'll maybe hide behind it.
Maybe if you put your hand like this, like hold the rock, and put the hand behind it to cover it.
Okay, probably better. Anyways, the depiction that I understood here is, so there's this Sufi being, this like whirling dervish, as we call them in Lebanon, and he's kind of in defense, right? In defense of this crocodile energy here at the top, this reptilian energy, right? The dark energy that we talk about. So that was kind of my interpretation, and I would love to see any of our viewers' comments and interpretations too. So do drop any of your feelings in the chat box. This is the first time I actually show this stone live on any kind of broadcast. It's usually a story I just share intimately. So I'm sharing it intimately with you all today. And so, you see at the center of this Sufi is the heart, right? And he's leaning and pulling for something, reaching for something. And my interpretation was he's pulling for something, and that tool is what he's using to fight, or I wouldn't even say fight, but to resist and hold back this reptilian energy. And so I spun the stone around, and just in the back, a beautiful broken heart came to me. And the message there was that love is the only power we have that will help move humanity, move this earth into a brighter and sustainable and heavenly future.
Absolutely. Wow. And I love the message here Angelo put in the comment section. The energy just hit me right in the face. It started tingling. I love it. So speaking of energy, thank you for sharing that story. It is one that it has a lot of emotion and energy behind it and healing. But you also have a special energy experience for us today that you wanted to share, and I didn't want you to forget. And you're going to play some energy for us. So I'm going to let you play for the next few minutes some wonderful musical energy from Aywah, you guys. Be prepared.
Yeah, so it's quite a funny story. I've done a lot of work as a MC and host, and I tried learning piano, guitar. Nothing would actually connect on a musical level. I'd always be the one supporting other musicians and holding space for them. Until finally, I believe it was in 2015, I was doing a film commercial in Lebanon, and I was required to fly to the US, to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to buy life-size dinosaur costumes. So I have the morning after, I get the dinosaur costumes free, and I go to this Native American neighborhood, and I land at this community center where they're selling, dream catchers and all kinds of instruments. And I get pulled to this amazing flute maker. His name is Fraser. And he gifted me this beautiful red cedar Native American flute. And this was my first flute and instrument that I've played. I have two more now. I've gathered two more, little flute here, and a terracotta dual flute. This one's quite powerful. So yeah, I wanted to just share with the viewers and with you guys just some beautiful song. I would suggest closing your eyes, dropping into the music. I pray.
And smash those hearts before you close your eyes. Smash all the hearts there in the comment section below. Right there. Happy faces, hearts, thumbs up. Let's get some energy flowing and then close your eyes.
And there's a beautiful vibration that comes from this flute. I really want to send that through to kind of ground the conversation and the story that we shared together. Here we go.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm at a 16,543,219. Wow, that was powerful. And you know what I saw? I saw you and me in our past life. That's what I was just informed of. And I saw us in tribe, and I saw us in front of a fire, and you were playing the flute, and I was storytelling, and I saw myself smashing the plants to make the red dye and painting them onto the cavernous walls inside so that we can teach the younger children that were watching the stories of our people. And I saw us both there together, creating this and holding space for this. So that was amazing. Fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you. And nice to see you again.
Same. Thank you for sharing that, sister. I truly look forward to supporting you and your beautiful work also, and seeing how this manifests. Yeah, we're meant to be doing this together and sharing this with the world for sure.
Divine Encounters 2.0. You guys hear that, guys? You seekers out there, #seekers. Gloria Jenna is giving us some happy face hearts. She says now the energy is through the roof. Divine Encounters does not have insurance for that. So I'm sorry, I cannot send someone to repair your roof. Angelo says, wow, that got me high. Oh, that's bliss right there, friends. And she says, I had my hands clapped together. I wasn't even moving, and my fingers, and they were moving. And Angelo said, I saw you by the bonfire playing the flute. Your eyes glittered. I saw the same thing. We were in the same place at the same time. I was next to the bonfire. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yeah.
Aywah, now please let everybody at home know how they can get a hold of you if so they need to and want to and are compelled to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just before I jump into that, I just like to say, both for your vision and Angelo's, I hold space for Sacred Fire a lot, and that looks like building sweat lodges and holding space for sweat lodges. Those of you who are unfamiliar with that, it's basically an ancient way of creating a sauna that Native Americans would use to cleanse and purify, especially the men. So very relevant. Yes, I do sit by quite a few fires with these flutes, and it's an honor to have been able to take you there virtually. So thank you. Yeah, so whether you have interests in regenerative community design and need consultation on your land or your home or your RV or space, I do a lot of that to support building community and building families back up in a holistic way. So you can reach out to me like that. One of the easiest ways is social media, Facebook.
What would be your handle so I can highlight it here at the bottom?
Yeah, it's Aywah, so A and then space Wah. Aywah, really simple.
Okay, so this is your social media handles for
Facebook. That's all I really do, and honestly, I'm actually in the works of moving away from that. I'm actually revamping and rebuilding my website. 2 websites actually, and that's Aywah Productions. So that's now touching on conscious content creation, and that could look like as simple as coaching and consulting to help people learn how to create their own videos with whatever tools they have available to them. Because I just feel like it's important for all of us now to get our voices out and to be heard, and get out of these little boxes that we've been conformed into. So there's Aywah Productions, and then there's Aywah Tribe. That's kind of my NGO organization. And Aywah Tribe is, it brings together all kinds of people from different modalities of healing arts, of building, to actually go and do regenerative projects in different lands. We're operational in quite a few land spaces in Austin and the Texas area, and just open to the world, in that regard. So that's with conscious content creation. And then The third with healing and medicine, that they're all interconnected, but that looks like supporting and holding space for events. The two ones I'm focused on right now are Ecstatic Forest, which is happening in April. And then before that, we have Medicine for the People gathering that is happening at the end of March. So if any of you are around Texas, it'd be great to have you there. Very family friendly, kid friendly. We have all kinds of activities for kids, and it's all based around very holistic, conscious, and tribal practices and vibration. All of you is welcome. Everyone is welcome. And there's going to be a lot of healers and a lot of healing spaces of all kinds of modalities. So, really you'll find whatever you're looking for or whatever your soul is looking for to just take that next step. Yeah, it'd be great to have you guys there. And yeah, looking to the future, there's so much in the works. Earlier now in February 2nd.
We have one more minute.
Yes, February 22nd, 2022, we're going to be doing a live stream from the Capitol building here in Austin called Harmonizing Humanity. So that'll also be online and in person at the Capitol here in Austin. A big activation event on that ley line, and hopefully spread that across the states and the world.
Beautiful.
Thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much for sharing all that. And speaking of boxes, I don't like anyone to be put in a box. But let's go to my little miniature studio box and see what the question of the day is. So the question of the day, real quick, because we went over on time, is how and how often do I give myself permission to enjoy life? How do I feel then? How and how often do I give myself permission to enjoy life? And how do I feel then? And this is the question for you guys at home. So put it in the comment section below. The Aywah gets to answer it on TV. So let me know, Aywah, what is your answer for this?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I'll just take the present experience. Today I was super enveloped in work and inspired to just, revamp all of my image and whatnot. And then I stopped and I was like, okay, I'm going to take a hot bath, put some Epsom salt and just take care of my body. And, I was feeling very drained before I did that. And so, yeah, I felt rejuvenated. And so even if it's a small thing, if it's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, a 20-minute bath, whatever it is, like just take that. Yeah, I like to take that time and really appreciate my existence.
Nice. That's beautiful. For myself today, I got something I can't share today, but I did something today. You guys will know next week because I'm making a new segment, and you're going to see that I'm actually going to be making a group for you guys, and it's going to be a challenge group where you guys go every week on a different adventure in your own places, in your own towns, and hopefully you follow suit and have some fun with me. As I was telling Weekly Dose of Dano from Dano TV, it's very important that silly stays in my vocabulary. So lest we become too rigid. And I totally believe in the motto that is no pleasure, no treasure. So that is the motto I go by, and I try to create that pleasure in everything I do and within all of my days, regardless of what the occurrence is. And let's see here. We have real quick. Robert says, ideally, this happens multiple times a day, always when the intention to be is of service to be friends went well. Thank you, Robert, for that. And all right, let me know your comments right there below and we'll highlight them. So let's go ahead now to the midweek collective energy check-in, which is the reading for the week. And for you, Aywah, I'm going to pop you in the back. This is going to probably be like 5 minutes. I don't expect you to remember everything here, but just pay attention to see what is highlighted from this 7-card spread. All right, so we'll pop you back up in a few. All right, guys, let's go to the midweek collective energy check-in and what's happening for the last little bit of January. All right, here we got the first card. And we have here the Queen of Fire. And she says, confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity with the Queen of Fire. I want to say here, just oh, I can't even speak, so much energy is coming in. Step into that self, that version of yourself that is expansive. She's willing to take risk, willing to go on adventures, and willing to see herself, not through just one lens, but the lens that she is seeing through herself through is kind. It is intelligent. It is graceful. It is warm. It is loving, nurturing as well. But she knows who she is, and she's definitely in her power. Okay, let's see the next card that we have to follow along the story. This is a time for healing. And I love this card because this story time tonight was about healing with the divine feminine, to that regard. And I would say if this was a representation of Aphrodite, I wouldn't be shocked because, hey, she is the goddess of love after all. So this balsamic moon card is just saying, slow down, take a moment, reflect, look within, because this restful period is not that you're not doing enough. This restful period is necessary for you to be whole and complete and healed. All right. So if you feel like things are slowing down, don't worry. There is an emergence right around the corner, just like spring and everything starts to rise out of the ground. Okay. You're rooting and you are expressing yourself through this emergence, coming to the surface, allowing the light and warmth to lovingly caress you and be with you as you grow into who you need to become. We have Lady Artemis showing us the purity card. And I really like this because it's saying that it's kind of like saying that you are free to be whoever you want. You are free to do whatever you want and to allow yourself to be a concentrated, energetic being. Okay. A concentrated, energetic being. So this is like saying, fill your own cup. Okay. Fill your own cup. Be with yourself, love on yourself. And that innocence, that purity is never going to miss the mark. That's going to take you to the next level. That state of being will allow that calibration to manifest anything you want in your life as long as you are within that state of being. Here we have the White Witch, be the light, okay? Use your resources, use the earth, use the sun, be the light, express that light. That warmth, that overpour that we have overflowing out of us, that is that which we created through the discipline and our daily habits of pouring into ourselves. They overflow. And then we can give of that magical, mystical energy to others. And it may seem something as simple as, wow, I didn't know you could have all that wisdom inside of you. And that is light. That is the light emanating from you. That is you connecting to that, which is greater than yourself. But that might also look like, a cup of tea, sitting in the forest, getting a bath in the sun or a bathe in the moon. All right. So allow yourself to connect with natural elements here. And for the outcome card, we had this card last week, actually. We had the death card as the outcome card. This is a very important card at this time because there are some old patterning habits, ways of being, facets of ourselves that it's important to let go. We had that Lady Justice card earlier, Lady Themis. And this is important to let these things go so that we can have even give and take in our life, even flow. And if we don't have a balance, give and take in our life, let go and surrender those habits, mental patterns, aspects of yourself that are holding you back and not allowing you to step into that renewed place, who you are meant to become. All right. Here's the angel blessings for the collective. We have Angel Celestina again. And we have today, for the very first time on this show, 3 times the same angel. I see Aywah in the back, kind of slightly freaking out a little bit. And we have the same angel 3 times. And you guys know what I say when the angel comes up 2 times and it's the same angel. I said what I said, and I mean what I said. All right, make sure you're claiming the angel blessings in the comment section below. That blessing of friendship and that blessing of prosperity combined, one and another. I can't make this stuff up, man. So let's bring Aywah back up. We got 2 minutes left on the clock here. Aywah, how are you feeling about this?
Wow. This is pretty epic. I mean, 2 minutes. I'll be quick. Yeah, I just felt like this reading was in precise alignment and divine timing for the support I'm calling in. The feminine firepower, yes. Celestina, in both three regards, support, prosperity, friendship. That's what we need as a collective. That's what I need. Let's call that in for each other. Yeah, I'm beyond words.
I love it, and I claim it. I claim it for you, friend. Let's go ahead and claim that right now. That's it. You guys saw it here first. 3 angels of the same kind. Making sure you're claiming that in the comment section below. Call Angel Celestina to come into your life today. And Lori Janetta says, enjoying life is allowing me to enjoy my family and me. Absolutely factual. And Mr. Robert says, I claim those blessings in a state of gratitude. Thank you. Claim that in a state of gratitude. That elevated emotion only serves you. It's important that we continue to cultivate elevated emotions every day because those things create those habits, and those habits create our mindset. Fantastic. It was an honor having you today, Aywah. I hope that you can pop in the back room. We can have a little chat afterwards and figure out where we're going to go next. But it was really an honor having you and aligning with you today. So thank you so very much for being here and being a light on this journey. Ciao. And for everybody at home, I hope you guys come in on Sunday, because Sunday Fun Day, we're going to go ahead and be doing a whole bunch of your horoscopes, well, all of your horoscopes. We're going to do the question of the day. We're going to do an energy clearing, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure you guys are showing up on Sunday ready to play full outs and pour into your own cup. So let's get me in that corner and see my final thoughts.
Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural that has left a positive impact on yourself or the lives of others? Want to share your story on our show? Please email Divine Encounters at e360tv.com, and together, let's create divine experiences. And now, the Oracle's final thoughts con mucho amor.
What I'm learning today is that synchronicity is abound, and it is everywhere, alive and active. Energy has the calling card. Are you picking up the phone? Ring, ring. Go out there and adventure. Encounter more. Feel more. Be more. And how we do this is just kind of bring those walls down just a little bit, just to peek over the fence and allow ourselves to recognize that there's more than what meets the eye. I hope that you go forward and create divine experiences, and that you grow to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao.
Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels the most, just remember. Just remember.